Prophetic Message, Isaiah 53:3d. He was despised, and we esteemed him not. He was oppressed, and he was afflicted, yet he opened not his mouth. He is brought as a lamb to the slaughter, and as a sheep before her shearers is dumb, so he openeth not his mouth. Isaiah 53:3d KJV. Fulfillment, Mark 14 verses 50-52. And they all forsook him, and fled. And there followed him a certain young man, having a linen cloth cast about his naked body. And the young men laid hold on him, and he left the linen cloth, and fled from them naked. Mark 14 verses 50-52 KJV. Men hide from being associated with him, the suffering Messiah. The Bible, a profound source of divine prophecies, contains numerous foretellings concerning the life and mission of the Messiah, Jesus Christ. Among these prophecies, Isaiah 53:3d stands as a poignant revelation that the servant, Jesus, would be despised and rejected, and even those close to him would flee in fear when the pressure mounted. The fulfillment of this prophecy in Mark 14 verses 50-52 portrays a poignant scene of Jesus' disciples fleeing from him at the moment of his arrest, fulfilling the prophecy that men would hide from being associated with him. In this essay, we will explore the prophecy of Isaiah 53:3d and its fulfillment in Mark 14 verses 50-52, shedding light on the profound implications of Jesus' isolation and the disciples' abandonment. Isaiah 53:3d. The prophecy. Isaiah, often referred to as the Prince of Prophets, delivered powerful messages concerning the future, particularly about the promised Messiah, Jesus Christ. In Isaiah 53:3d, the prophet's words revealed the profound nature of Jesus' suffering. The prophecy declares, "He was despised, and we esteemed him not. He was oppressed, and he was afflicted, yet he opened not his mouth. He is brought as a lamb to the slaughter, and as a sheep before her shearers is dumb, so he openeth not his mouth." These words signify that Jesus would face intense oppression and rejection, and even in the face of such suffering, he would remain silent, like a lamb led to the slaughter. Mark 14 verses 50-52. The fulfillment. The fulfillment of Isaiah's prophecy is vividly portrayed in the Gospel of Mark. In Mark 14 verses 50-52, we witness a heartbreaking moment in Jesus' life during his arrest in the Garden of Gethsemane. As the authorities apprehended him, his disciples, those who had been closest to him, forsook him and fled in fear. Even a young man who was following him was seized, and he fled, leaving behind his linen cloth. This fulfillment underscores the sorrowful fulfillment of Isaiah's prophecy, as Jesus faced isolation and abandonment at a crucial moment. The teachings behind men hiding from being associated with him. The fulfillment of Isaiah's prophecy through Mark 14 verses 50-52 carries profound teachings that hold essential lessons for humanity. 1. The weight of the cross. Isaiah's prophecy and its fulfillment highlight the weight of the cross that Jesus bore. His suffering was not merely physical but included the emotional pain of being abandoned by those closest to him. This teaches us about the immense sacrifice Jesus made on our behalf and the depth of his love for us. 2. The reality of fear. The disciples fleeing from Jesus in fear reminds us of the reality of human fear in the face of adversity. Despite their love for Jesus, the disciples were overtaken by fear and chose to distance themselves. This teaches us about the frailty of human courage and the need for faith and dependence on God in challenging times. 3. The ultimate act of redemption. Jesus' isolation at his arrest foreshadows the ultimate act of redemption on the cross. He willingly faced abandonment and rejection to fulfill God's redemptive plan. This teaches us about the selflessness of Christ, who took our place on the cross, bearing the weight of sin and offering us reconciliation with God. 4. The call to stand firm. The disciples fleeing, while a human response, reminds us of our own tendencies to falter in challenging situations. However, as followers of Christ, we are called to stand firm in our faith, even when facing difficulties. This teaches us about the importance of relying on God's strength and remaining steadfast in our commitment to Him. Conclusion. Isaiah 53:3d, with its fulfillment in Mark 14 verses 50-52, unveils the profound truth that the servant, Jesus Christ, would be despised, rejected, and even faced isolation as those closest to him fled in fear. The teachings derived from this divine revelation remind us of the weight of the cross, the reality of fear, the ultimate act of redemption, and the call to stand firm in our faith. As we contemplate the abandonment and isolation experienced by our Savior, may we respond with gratitude for his sacrificial love, courageously facing the challenges of life with faith, and embracing the transformative power of Christ's redemptive work. Let us remember that, even in our moments of fear and weakness, we have a Savior who understands our struggles and invites us to find refuge in his unwavering love and grace.